Welcome. Today I'm going to take you through a fast flow where we'll get to practice Skandasana and transitions down to the floor and then back up again. So when you're ready, go ahead and find a comfortable seat at the top of your mat, either sitting on your heels or crisscross applesauce. Bring your hands to heart center and draw the eyes closed. Take an inhale, lift the shoulders toward the ears. And as you exhale, roll them back down and away. Again, inhale, shoulders rise. Exhale, release them down. One more, inhale, shoulders lift up. Exhale, roll them back down and away. Keep them there. I invite you to set your intention or maybe a dedication for your practice today. If you didn't come with one already, I offer up the intention of finding the balance between effort and ease in each of the postures. We'll seal up all those intentions with 3 breaths. First, exhale all the air from your lungs. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it go. Last one, inhale, fill up. Exhale, send it out. You may begin to blink eyes open, first gazing toward the fingertips. And we'll get started on hands and knees. Wrists directly under shoulders, knees directly under hips. Root down through the palms, root down through the tops of the feet, pressing the floor away from you. As you inhale, lift the chest and tail, cow pose. And as you exhale, round and curl, cat pose. Again, inhale to cow pose, chest lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, cat pose, round and curl. Inhale to cow pose, keep the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, cat pose, keep those shoulders away from the ears. Take one more inhale to your cow pose. Then as you exhale, tuck the toes, pike the hips up and back for your first downward facing dog. Feel free to bend through one knee and then the other, slowly pedaling through. Warming up the backs of the legs, the calves, the sides of the hips. Thinking about melting the chest toward the thighs and drawing the crown of the head toward the center of your mat. We'll continue to warm up the spine. On your next inhale, roll forward like a wave to high plank. As you exhale, bend the knees, scoop the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Again, inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, bend knees, scoop hips up and back, down dog. One more, inhale, roll forward, find that high plank. Exhale, bend knees, scoop hips up and back. This time, inhale, roll forward, high plank. As you exhale, drop the knees, keep the hips lifted, lower the chest and chin between the hands, knees, chest, chin. Inhale to slide to the belly, peel up your head, neck, and chest for baby cobra. Little to no weight in those hands, squeeze the elbows in. On your next inhale, press through the palms, but keep a slight bend in the elbows for full cobra. Then as you exhale, come through tabletop to downward facing dog. That's your knees down version of chaturanga. Please take it whenever you need to today. You're also welcome to skip the chaturanga altogether. If you'd like to advance to a full posture, you can. Go ahead and roll forward to that high plank pose. As you exhale, draw the shoulder heads over the fingertips, then bring that 90-degree bend into the elbows. Squeeze them in tight. Inhale to the tops of the feet, arms are straight, thighs lift for up dog. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Gaze forward, knees bend. Take small steps toward your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, press the palms into the shins or thighs. And then exhale, fold. It's okay to bend the knees. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, gaze to thumbs. Exhale, hands by sides. Surya Namaskara. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, lower down. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Shine the chest through. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Hold for 5. Release the shoulders. 4, breathe full. 3, navel in and up. 2, 1, gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top. Take your inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up. Exhale, hands by sides. Again, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga, step or float. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog for 5. Think about spinning the hands toward the feet and the feet toward the hands. 4. Keep breathing full audible breaths. 3. Release the shoulders. 2. 1. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top. Take your inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, mountain pose. Exhale, hands by sides. Last one. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, step or float back. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog for 5. Think about spinning the biceps toward the ceiling. 4. Think about spinning the inner thighs toward the ceiling. 3. Release the chest toward the legs. 2. 1. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top. Take your inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up. Exhale, hands by sides. Surya Namaskar B, knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, lower down. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Listen for the change. Right foot forward, left heel drops, rise up, warrior 1 on the right. Exhale, plant the palms, step or handstand back, chaturanga dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right heel drops, rise up, inhale. Exhale, plant the palms, step or handstand, chaturanga. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog for 5. Navel in and up. 4. Find some cat pose in your dog pose. 3. It's okay to bend the knees. 2. 1. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top. Take your inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale, hands by sides. Last time, knees bend, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, step or float. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Right foot forward, left heel drops, rise up, inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, plant palms, step or handstand, chaturanga, lower down. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right heel drops, rise up, inhale. Exhale, plant the palms, step or handstand, chaturanga. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Hold for 5. This is your last held down dog. 4. Breathe fuller. 3. Wrap the elbows down toward the mat. 2. 1. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top. Take your inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Knees bend, arms rise, chair pose, and hold for 5. Peek down and make sure you can see your toes. 4. Release the shoulders away from the ears. 3. Navel back. 2. 1. Exhale the hands to the hips. Hop or step your feet hips distance. Take your inhale to look up, lengthen, and then exhale, fold, Pada Koundinyasana, using index and middle fingers. Wrap your fingers around your two big toes. Take your inhale to look up, lengthen, and then exhale, fold deeper, bringing the elbows to the outer shins. It's okay to bend the knees here as much as you need to so you can reach down. Find a nice stretch in the low back, a nice stretch in the backs of the hips and hamstrings for 5. Relax the neck, relax the head. 4. Navel back to draw you deeper. 3. Imagine lifting the hips. 2. 1. Take your inhale to look up. Exhale, step on palms, toes to wrists, Pada Koundinyasana, and fold for 5. Release the shoulders, plug the shoulders back in their sockets. 4. Slide the shoulder blades down the back. 4. Breathe fuller with every exhale, getting deeper. 3. 2. 1. Take your inhale to look up, lengthen. Exhale, plant the palms on the mat. Move your knees to your upper arms and come or work toward your crow pose for 5. Mid-back should be your highest point. Try to drop the hips in line with the shoulders. 4. Maybe you can straighten the arms, bringing the shoulder heads beyond the fingertips. 3. Navel in, squeeze the elbows. 2. 1. Step or jump back. Find your chaturanga. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Right foot forward, left knee drops. Rise up to your kneeling crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Set up however you need to here to make sure that back knee is comfortable, maybe with a towel or blanket beneath it. Then send your gaze toward your thumbs. Be sure that your right knee doesn't cross your ankle here. Hold for 5. Engage the left glute. 4. Think about drawing the hips forward and up. 3. Keep breathing. 2. Arms stay lifted. In 1, balance challenge here. Tuck your back toes and lift up to your high crescent lunge. Your back heel is lifted, your back leg is as straight as you can get it, and your right knee stays over that right ankle. Nice long stance here. If you were to bend into that left knee, you'd be in those 90-90 lunges just like you were in the gym. Hold here for 5. Then left hip forward, right hip back. 4. Breathe full audible breaths. 3. 2. 1. Exhale the hands to heart center. Drop your left heel down and begin to sink your hips back, coming into a high side lunge. You can stay here, or if you'd like to, you can bring your right elbow to the inner right thigh and begin to press that knee open, sinking a little farther down. Further option to place blocks under your hips or to bring your hands to the ground. You're also welcome to sink all the way down into Skandasana, maybe spinning the left toes toward the sky. Hold for 5. Do your best. 4. 3. Hips lower than the chest. 2. In 1, gently rise back up to your high crescent lunge, twisting toward the front of the room. And then exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot back, chaturanga. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right knee drops. Find your Anjaneyasana side 2, making sure that right knee is comfortable this time. Making sure that left knee doesn't cross the left toes. Lift up for 5. Release the shoulders. 4. Gaze to your thumbs. 3. Roll the hips forward and up. 2. Here comes that balance challenge. Keep those arms lifted in 1 and tuck the back toes, lifting up to your high crescent lunge. Hold for 5. Right hip forward, left hip back. 4. Keep breathing. 3. Maintain that gesture of hips rolling forward and up. 2. 1. Exhale the hands to heart center. Drop the right heel down, parallel to the short edge of your mat, and begin to sink the hips back as you bend deeper into that left knee. Staying in that high lunge if you did so on the other side, or pressing the left elbow into the left inner thigh and sinking down lower. You can bring your hips to blocks, you can bring your hands to the floor, or you can go into full skandasana here. Wherever you are, hold for 5. Keep that left heel planted. 4. Make sure the knee and foot are tracking in the same direction. 3. Do your best. 2. In 1, with care, take your inhale to lift up to that high crescent lunge, twisting yourself toward the front of the room. And then exhale, plant palm, step that left foot back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Right foot forward, left heel drops at a 45-degree angle. Rise up to your warrior 1. Hold for 5. Root down through the knife side edge of the back foot. 4. Left hip forward, right hip back. 3. Keep breathing. 2. 1. Exhale the hands behind the back, catch elbows or take reverse prayer. Then straighten out your right leg. As you inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, fold forward, stopping before the right knee bends for 5. Gaze to your right big toe. 4. Release the shoulders. 3. 2. 1. Take your inhale to look up, lengthen. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale the left arm out in front of you, thumb up. Exhale, plant that palm on the outside of the right foot, maybe onto a block, and twist open toward the right for your Revolve Triangle. Always an option here to bring both hands to the top of the right thigh to give yourself some more space. Wherever you are, work with straight legs for 5. Breathe full. 4. Try to stack your shoulders. 3. Stabilize yourself with your back foot. 2. 1. Exhale the hands down. Frame out that right foot. Take your inhale to look up. Then Chaturanga Dandasana. Lower down. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Left foot forward. Right heel drops. Rise up. Warrior 1. Hold for 5. Right hip forward. Left hip back. 4. Breathe full. 3. Strong arms. 2. 1. Exhale the hands behind the back. Catch elbows or take reverse prayer. Straighten out the left leg this time. Inhale to look up. Broaden out through the collarbones. Exhale, fold. Lead with the chest. Hold for 5. Think lower belly to thigh connection. 4. Keep breathing. 3. Chin to shin. 2. 1. Take your inhale to look up halfway. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale the right arm out in front of you, thumb up. Exhale, plant the right hand on the outside of the left foot, maybe on a block, and twist open toward the side of the room. Revolve Triangle, side 2. Hold for 5. You always have those modification options. 4. Try to open up the chest toward the side of the room. 3. Hips stay facing forward. 2. 1. Exhale the hands down. Frame out that left foot. Take your inhale to look up. Then Chaturanga Dandasana, lower down. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Right foot forward, left heel high. Rise up to high crescent lunge. We've been here before. Take your inhale to take yourself to the top of the pose. Then as you exhale, bring the hands to heart center. With care, come to stand on the right foot, bringing that left knee into the chest. We're coming into our big toe hold. You can take the outer edge of that left knee, or if you'd like to, you can take the left big toe with your index and middle finger. Work here with a bent leg, bringing the thigh closer to the chest, or begin to straighten that left leg out. Hold for 5. Make sure the leg does some of its own lifting. 4. Over time, you'll begin to straighten your standing leg. 3. Think about lifting the collarbones. 2. 1. Left leg goes left, gaze goes right. You can take that knee if you need to. Hold for 5. Think about dropping the left hip in line with the right. 4. Release shoulders. 3. Draw the abdominals together. 2. 1. Inhale back to center. Release the toe, release the knee. Straighten out the left leg as much as you can and hold for 5. Point through the toe. 4. Chest forward. 3. Do your best. 2. In 1, send your left foot back to your high crescent lunge. Lift the arms, inhale. And then as you exhale, drop the palms on the inside of that right foot. We're coming into our lizard pose here. So make sure your stance is nice and wide. We don't want to have that right knee track in front of the toes. You can bring your hands to blocks here if you need some more space, or you can bring your hands to the floor. You're also welcome to drop to that left knee. Take any other variations of your choice here for 5. Long spine, gaze out on the floor in front of you. 4. Keep breathing. 3. 2. 1. Go ahead and step or Eka Pada Koundinyasana your way back to your Chaturanga Dandasana. Exhale as you lower. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Other side. Left foot forward, right heel high. Rise up, high crescent lunge on the left. Inhale all the way to the top. And then as you exhale, come to standing on the left leg, bringing that right knee into the chest. Take hold of the outer edge of the right knee with your hand, or take your index and middle finger around your right big toe. Work with that bent or straight leg, doing whichever option you took on the other side for 5. Breathe full. 4. Maybe with every exhale, you can straighten that leg a little more. 3. 2. 1. Right leg goes right, gaze goes left. Hold for 5. One side's always more challenging than the other. 4. Release the shoulders. 3. 2. 1. Come back to center. Straighten out the leg. Release the toe. Release the knee. Maybe point through that right foot and hold for 5. Think about engaging the right calf muscles. 4. Bring all the tension to the abdominals. 3. Do your best. 2. 1. Find your high crescent lunge. Right foot steps back. Lift the arms on the inhale. Then as you exhale, plant the palms on the inside of the left leg. Find your lizard pose. Take whatever variation you took on the other side, making sure the stance is long enough here that your left knee doesn't creep in front of those toes. Hold for 5. Engage the left inner thigh, squeezing it into the left arm. 4. Keep breathing. 3. 2. 1. Eka Pada Koundinyasana or step back Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. Gaze forward, knees bend. Walk or step or jump your feet to the outer edges of your mat, outside your palms for Malasana Yogi Squat. Knees and toes track in the same direction. Heels are flat. Make sure those knees don't track in front of the toes. You're always welcome to place a folded towel or blanket under those heels if you need some more support here, or you can sit on a block. Wherever you are, hold for 5. You're always welcome to come to your goddess pose instead. 4. Think chest high, gaze lifts. 3. Hips sink between the heels. 2. And 1. Sit back on your mat, lifting your shins parallel to the floor for your Navasana pose. You can hold on to the backs of your thighs here, lifting your chest higher toward the sky, or you can release the arms beside you. Hold for 5. Gaze lifts. 4. Release the shoulders. 3. Find a long spine. 2. In 1, if you can, plant those feet coming back to your Malasana, the yogi squat, one more time, just for a 3 count. 2. 1. Go ahead and plant the palms on the mat and come to your shins, keeping your legs wide. We're coming into a froggy pose here. Now, in this position, if you need some more padding under your knees, you can always turn around on your mat so you're facing the long edge. If not, you can bring the sliders under your knees if you have them, or you can just use a wood floor. You're going to bring your heels directly behind the knees here. So the tendency is to draw the heels together. Try to keep the heels as wide as the knees. You're resting on the inner part of your knee here, that fleshy part on the inner side of your knee. So if you find that you're on the kneecap, find some towels and place them under your knees here for some more support. Always an option to place blocks under your palms if you need some more space. Or if you'd like to, you can crawl forward, coming onto forearms. Wherever you are, hold for 5. Think about drawing the seat back. 4. This pose always feels like a whole lot of nothing before you start to feel it. 3. Do your best. Full inhales. Full exhales. 2. And 1. Come back to palms. Draw the knees together. Make sure they're just a fits width apart here, and look back and make sure the heels are directly behind the knees. Bring your hands to your low back, squeezing the elbows together. Fingertips pointing down. Take your inhale to lift your chest. Exhale, push the hips forward. Again, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hips forward. Option to stay here or drop back with one or both hands to your camel pose. Always an option to use blocks here. Hold for 5. Breathe full. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Chest lifts first, then the head lifts. Come to your tabletop position, dropping those palms in front of the knees, and then pike those hips up and back to downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward between your hands, spin your left heel all the way down, and unwind to warrior 2 on the right. Your right knee's bent over, right ankle. Your left foot is parallel to the short edge of your mat. Square up hips and shoulders toward the long edge, and then send your gaze over your right middle finger for 5. Breathe full. 4. 3. Think about squeezing the heels together. 2. And 1. Exhale your forearm to your thigh, sweep your left hand overhead. Find your extended side angle. Option to bring the right hand to the outside of the right foot, maybe onto a block. Or maybe you'd like to try the bind with the right arm underneath the right leg and the left hand behind the low back. Wherever you are, work the chest toward the sky here for 5. Have a nice deep posture, meaning you'll need to step your feet a little wider. 4. Step down into the back foot. 3. Hips rock underneath you. 2. And 1. Inhale up to your star pose, toes wide, arms wide. Exhale, hands to hips. Go ahead and turn the toes in and the heels out. Take your inhale to lift the chest. And then exhale for your wide leg forward fold, bringing the hands between the feet. Always an option here to take your inversions, maybe a headstand or a tripod. Hold for 8. Breathe full for 7. Release those shoulders down. 6. Think about lifting the hips toward the sky. 5. Breathe fuller. 4. Headstanders, come down halfway and hover. 3. 2. Headstanders, lower all the way down. 1. Take your inhale to look up halfway. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, rise up to your star pose, toes wide, arms wide. And then exhale, settle into warrior two to the back of the mat. Your left knee bends over left ankle. Your right foot is parallel to the short edge of your mat. Square up hips and shoulders to the long edge. Then send your gaze over your left middle finger for 5. Think about pressing the air away from the arms. 4. Breathe full. 3. 2. 1. Extended side angle, forearm to thigh, hand outside the foot, or take that bind. Wherever you are, really step down into your back foot, bringing that left thigh parallel with the mat. And spin the chest to the sky for 5. Breathe fuller. 4. Navel back. 3. Squeeze the heels together. 2. And 1. Inhale up to warrior 2. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to come into Skandasana now. So go ahead and turn your toes to face the corners of your mat as you bend into that left knee. Again, you can bring that left knee to the inner left thigh. You can bring your hands down. You can bring your seat to a block. You can stay up in that high lunge with that left knee bent. You can spin your right toes to the sky. Wherever you are, find something comfortable but challenging to hold. If you're in that Skandasana and you want to take the bind, you can take the left elbow around the left shin and the right arm around the back and connect the fingers together. Hold for 5. Breathe full. 4. Do your best. 3. Tricky transition. In 2. You can maintain that bind if you have it. In 1, sit down on your mat, keeping the left knee bent and the right knee straight. Turn to face the front edge of your mat. So we're all sitting down, our right leg is straight, our left knee is bent into the chest, our hips are square. Go ahead and flex into the right foot. Take your inhale to lift the arms from Marichi A and your exhale to fold, catching the shin, ankle, or foot of that right leg. If you like to take that bind and you lost it in the transition, take your right hand on your left shin. As you exhale, shift your left hand toward your right toes. Wrap the left elbow around the left shin. Sweep that right arm overhead, aiming for the left shoulder blade, then connect the fingers together. Once you've got that bind, turn your shoulders to face the front of your mat and fold deeper for 5. Do your best. 4. Keep breathing. 3. Release shoulders. 2. And 1. Exhale, release that bind. Go ahead and hug the left foot in closer to the body. Send your left hand on your mat behind you, fingertips point away for Marichi C. Inhale the right arm high, and then exhale to cross the right arm in front of the left leg. Option, if this is too much, just simply hug that left knee in. Or if you'd like to try the bind on this side, you'll take the elbow around the front of the left shin and the left hand behind the low back, connecting the palms together. Hold for 5. Sit taller. 4. Collarbones to the sky. 3. Keep breathing. 2. And 1. Exhale, release. Come back to center. Keep that left knee bent and the right leg straight. Prepare for another tricky transition. This time, send the right arm on the floor behind you, fingertips point away. You're keeping your legs exactly as they are. You're going to press through that right hand, lift the hips, find your wild thing. Coming to the toes of your left foot, coming to the pad of your right foot, left hand comes overhead. And then as you're ready, exhale, lower down. Turn your body to face the long edge of your mat. Ground down through that left foot and lift back up through Skandasana to your warrior 2. Exhale, hands to heart. Turn your toes wide, like star pose. And then exhale to bend into your right knee for the other side. Coming into Skandasana, side 2. You can stay up high in that side lunge. You can sink down lower, pressing the right elbow into the right inner thigh. You can bring the hands down, spinning the toes toward the ceiling. You can take that bind if you did so on the other side. Hold for 5. Breathe full. 4. Do your best. 3. Keep that right heel grounded. 2. In 1, sit down on your mat. Turn to face the short edge of your mat. Facing the opposite direction than we were last time. Your right knee stays bent, your left leg stays straight. We're taking Marichi A. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold to catch the shin, ankle, or foot of the left leg. Alternatively, you can take that bind with the right elbow in front of the right shin and the left hand behind the low back. Hold and fold for 5. Release the forehead down. 4. Keep breathing. 3. That leg will make this forward fold more challenging. 2. In 1, exhale, release the binds. Sit up straight and tall. Send the right hand behind you on the mat. Fingertips point away. Inhale the left arm high. Exhale, cross it in front of the right thigh. Maybe hug the knee in instead, or take the bind with the left elbow in front of the right shin and the right hand behind the low back for 5. Sit up taller. 4. Do your best. 3. 2. 1. Inhale back to center. Unwind, unbind. Then send that left hand on the floor behind you. Fingertips point away. Root down through both feet. Keep the right knee bent as you lift up to Wild Thing. Coming to the toes of the right foot. Coming to the pad of the left foot. Right arm goes overhead. Full inhale. And then exhale, lower down. Turn to face the long edge of your mat. Reach up to through Skandasana to your Warrior 2. Take your exhale, reverse on the right. Inhale, Star Pose. Exhale, Warrior 2 on the left. Reverse that Warrior 2 on the left. Come back to center, Star Pose. And then when you're ready, cartwheel the hands down at the front of your mat, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to Up Dog or Cobra. Full exhale to Downward Facing Dog. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float through to a seat. Extend your legs long in front of you. Squeeze the legs together. Take your inhale to lift the arms overhead, and then exhale for your forward fold for 8. Release the shoulders. 7. Breathe fuller. 6. Elbows point toward the mat. 5. Use your abdominals to get you deeper. 4. Do your best. 3. 2. 1. Take your inhale to look up, and then exhale, release. Send the hands behind you on the mat, fingertips point toward the heels. And then on your inhale, press through the palms and the feet, lift the hips up to upward facing plank. Alternatively, you can take upward facing tabletop by bending into the knees. Hold for 5. Release the glutes. 4. Lift the hips higher. 3. Relax the neck. 2. And 1. Exhale, lower down. Go ahead and spread your legs as wide as you can here for our wide leg forward fold on the ground. Once you're at your edge, go ahead and bring those heels closer to one another by about an inch. When you're at your edge, your hips can't move, so you won't be able to go as far down. Flex into the feet and engage all the muscles on the tops of the legs. Take your inhale to lengthen out through the spine, and then as you exhale, begin to crawl forward. Hold for 5. Breathe full. 4. Release the shoulders. 3. 2. 1. Crawl your hands toward your right foot. Plant your right hand on the inside of your right foot and sweep the left hand overhead. Maybe you can catch the knife side edge of the right foot with your left hand and gaze underneath your left armpit for 5. Find length through both side bodies. 4. Root the left hip down. 3. Do your best. 2. In 1, crawl back through center. Come to the left side, planting the left hand on the inside of the left foot, sweeping the right arm overhead, maybe catching the knife side edge of the left foot with the right hand, and gazing under that right armpit for 5. Release the top shoulder. 4. Navel back. 3. Keep breathing. 2. In 1, come back to center. Crawl forward one last time. Try to get slightly farther down for 5. Keep breathing. 4. Do your best. 3. 2. And 1. Take your inhale to look up. Exhale the feet together. Square up. Bring the sole of the right foot into the left inner thigh for Janishriyasana. Take your inhale to lift the arms. And then exhale to fold for 5. Breathe full. 4. Do your best. 3. 2. 1. Go ahead and inhale, look up. Exhale, release. You have a few options here. Option 1, sweep that left leg behind you, keeping your right leg exactly as it is for your pigeon pose. You're going to want to work the shin of that right leg toward parallel to the short edge of your mat and work the left ankle directly behind that left hip. Stay up tall here. You're welcome to place a block under that right hip to square off those hips. Or if this is uncomfortable for you, you can simply come to your figure 4 stretch on your back with your right ankle across your left knee. If you're in that pigeon pose, stay up tall for 3. Breathe full. 2. In 1, crawl forward. Find that sleeping pigeon. Stretching the arms out long in front of you, forehead to a block or to the floor for 3. 2. And 1. If you're in pigeon pose, sweep that left leg back in front of you. If you're in your figure 4 stretch, rock and roll up to take the other side. This side, bring your sole of your left foot into your right inner thigh for Janishriyasana. Take your inhale, lift the arms, and then exhale to fold for 5. Square off the shoulders. 4. Activate the quad. 3. 2. And 1. Take your inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Sweep the right leg behind you this time. Find your pigeon pose or your figure 4 stretch with your left ankle across your right knee this time. If you're in that pigeon pose, stay up tall for 3. Breathe full. 2. In 1, pigeon posers, crawl forward, arms stretched out long in front for 3. Do your best. 2. And 1. Go ahead and crawl back. We'll all make our way onto our backs now for bridge pose. Bend into the knees and recline onto your back. Then on your inhale, lift your hips to knee height for 5. Breathe full. 4. 3. Step into the feet. 2. And 1. Go ahead and bring the knees into the chest for happy baby. Take the outer edges of the thighs or the outer edges of the feet and rock from left to right for 3. 2. And 1. Gently release the legs long. Release the arms beside you. Palms face up or down. And just breathe for Savasana, final rest. Slowly begin to bring movement back into fingers and toes. Maybe make circles with ankles and wrists. Reawaken the limbs. Reawaken the breath. When you're ready, stretch the arms long overhead to the wall behind you as you stretch your toes down long in front. Take an inhale and then exhale to your favorite side. The right side tends to be more restful, the left side more energizing. Take a moment to thank yourself for coming to your practice today, for finding strength in the postures and relaxation in your Savasana. When you're ready, with as little effort as possible and eyes still closed, rock yourself up to a comfortable seat facing the front of the room. Bring your hands to heart center and exhale the shoulders back down and away. Loka Samasta Sukhi no Bhavantu. May beings everywhere be happy and be free. We bring our thumbs to third eye center, our seat of intuition, and bow forward to say Namaste.